Hi there. The video that you're about to watch was made by one of my ex-learners, Nosipho. And I'm just going to tell you a little bit about her before you start the video. She has albinism, which means as a result she also has a visual impairment. Nosipho now works in human resources for a company in Johannesburg. I think this really would suit her because she was probably one of the most organized learners that I ever had. When we chatted, Nosipho said that she had been bullied at a previous school because of her albinism. And she also said that at her previous school, that they didn't seem to really know what to do and that they weren't very accommodating towards a child with a visual impairment. Ironically, I must say from my personal experience in the classroom that I found that children with visual impairments were usually some of the easiest children to accommodate. I either enlarged writing with a photocopier or printed it in a bigger font size. I made sure they sat where they could see or that they could move around if they needed to move to where they needed to see from. And I checked they were using their magnifying glass or their telescope, made sure their glasses were clean or their magnifier, if they used a ball magnifier, was clean. And I basically encouraged them to use a space case instead of a normal cloth pencil case because then everything had its place and they could find it. Obviously using a coloured ruler instead of a transparent ruler, and the same, a white eraser will disappear on a white page. So just making sure that they use things that were pretty easy to see, or had a good contrast. But other than that, I found my kids with visual impairments fairly easy to teach. Um, and funny enough, I did find that some of my children with visual impairments were actually quite visual learners as well.
Class, I'm Nosipho Madlala from Durban. I went to the open air school for about 10 years, from 2000 to 2010. I matriculated there. And my experience at open air school was great. The facilities that are available to learners at open air school are of a very high standard. The education, the sports, everything is the same standard as mainstream schools. They try to integrate us into mainstream on mainstream levels as much as possible. Obviously, keeping in mind the extra help or the extra considerations that we need. But honestly, the facilities and the standards and the education can compete with mainstream schools. And my teachers were great. They helped me, have self-confidence in myself, to believe in myself. They taught me to always expect the best from me and not to let anyone tell me I can't do something, and to always give my best in everything, and to expect they always expected the same from me as anyone else would in a mainstream school. So when I went into society, my integration wasn't hard because I was already used to those level of expectations, and I had that confidence, and I wasn't going to allow anyone to tell me otherwise, because already my teachers had prepared me. But not everyone is as fortunate. So I would say, honestly, teachers out there, they need to be receptive to their learners, to be open to meeting their learners halfway, and to listen to their learners and to really understand where they're coming from, and to listen to what they have to say. And honestly, the way that children with disabilities see themselves is a really huge part of who they become, and how you should sort of navigate that communication and your education. So they should really take note of that, and where they can help them with their self-confidence, and teach them that honestly they are not that different from everybody else, because at the end of the day we are normal kids. We want to do normal things, and as our teachers, we would like you to help us do normal things, even though we need extra help. We need certain facilities to navigate normal life, but we are just normal kids. So yes, but my experience at Open Air was great. My teachers were awesome. They taught me everything. They taught me how to be self-confident, to be self-reliant, and not let anyone push me around, because I am as good as everybody else out there. So yes, that was my school experience.